Does Putin have some dirt on Donald Trump? Many people have wondered, even the Russians. Hofskadovka, Putin, Trump. That is the subject of our upcoming episode. A shout out to my sponsor, Epstein Crypto Coins. If your investments are dead and you're digging a hole deeper for yourself, you need to resurrect them by investing in Epstein Crypto Coins. They are matching gold in terms of its increase year over year, and it's a wise investment. If you invest now, you'll get a medallion with Epstein's face on it. If you enjoy this podcast and want to inject life into your investments, do what I do, which is invest in Epstein Crypto Coin. I am John Sayce, host of the weekly podcast, Half Truths and Whole Lies, and there's a whole lot of lies out there. We bring you the issues that come from the intersection of conspiracy theories, government, media, and big tech. And of course, big tech is one of our favorites. And we look for the little truths around a lot of these various lies. So today, we're going to explore, what does Comrade Ruski Putin, the shirtless horseback riding dictator of Russia, have on our friend Donald? What kind of dirt? There's probably some dirt out there. So today we have a special guest, Carl, not a German, a Madigan Carl. He's got a lot of credentials, a big head, big ego, and no filter on his speech, and his philosophy comes from a bathroom almanac. So
no filter on my speech.
Carl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. I'm doing awesome, John.
Okay,
I have learned so much in the last week in preparation for this discussion.
It's great that you're prepared. I know an expert like you, a guru on these kind of things, is well versed. So, Carl, why don't you start us off with where are the beginnings of this wild Russian
this belief?
This
belief of mine.
Yeah, this belief. I know you're a good believer. Where did it come from?
I was curious about Trump not wanting to put any sanctions on Putin or Russia or the oligarchs that he hasn't. He has still many tools, and he's threatened them 7 times since taking office. I'm going to do something, but never does it. It made me start thinking, what does Putin have on Trump? And I started digging around. I mean, there are a lot of people talk about the financial things, but there's also some other things. Does he have sex tapes on him? Does he have banking records?
I want to hear about the sex tapes, the banking records. They're okay.
You've heard of the Steele report. The Steele report, which the Republicans say is discredited, and was done by Christopher Steele. And basically, that report was financed by the Democratic Party. But the whole investigation started actually before that by the Free Beacon Group, which is Paul Singer's, who's a Trump hater but a Republican. Actually a Republican. He started the thing with a company called Fusion GPS, who was doing background checks, trying to figure out what was going on. And he was looking at a couple of Republicans, Trump and some other people. Trump became the nominee. He backed out. And then the Fusion GPS, the company that was getting paid by Singer, not getting paid anymore, they just turned around and went to the Democrats and said, hey,
here's some dirt on your friend.
Some dirt on Trump. And then they agreed to hire this Christopher Steele, who was a British intelligence agent.
Okay, this
good reputation.
Maybe he has a good reputation. Let me interrupt. Where does an MI6 agent get a last name like Steele? That almost sounds fake. You know what I mean? It's like James Bond.
It's not fake. It's not fake. I actually knew a kid where I used to live named Stainless Steel.
Oh, wow.
Believe it or not. Parents are cruel. Anyway.
Okay, keep going with the Steel.
It was a bunch of memos he sent back to Fusion GPS. One of the memos was about Trump's 2013 visit. Trump visited Russia actually 4 times. 2013 was the Miss Universe pageant, which he had bought, because he likes to go into ladies' dressing rooms when they're not looking.
He likes the beauty. He likes the beauties. The beauties.
Yeah. And
so, okay.
He actually stayed in 2013 in the Ritz-Carlton presidential suite, where Obama and Michelle and Barack Obama stayed. And the rumor was, from his sources, which hasn't been verified, but is quite believable, because even Christopher Steele said he believes there's a videotape of that. There were golden showers being, Done. We're not
Is that-
sure if he was giving or receiving the golden showers.
Golden showers. Does this mean like they have gold shower heads?
Golden showers, yeah.
Sorry.
You know what that means.
Yeah,
It
so
means urinating on somebody for sexual pleasure, and I'm not really sure how that goes
I heard
down,
they
but
kept that mattress and even embroider it with everybody's names. Michelle.
I heard they
Obama.
buried it under Lenon's tomb.
Yes, a nuclear hardened site. Yes. Keep the
Yeah,
DNA
they're gonna-
for all three presidents, or all two. Sorry.
Exactly. Oh, Michelle may be president someday, the way things are going. Anyway, so that was kind of well, he denied that. I'm sitting there thinking, that's not good material. They call it compromat. It's a technique the Russians use to they just,
Blackmail.
anybody is prominent, they try to find compromising information on them so they have leverage. I mean, come on. If Trump had done the golden shower or been pissed on, would anybody in the whole Republican Party care? No.
So I think your view
he's
is
done a lot of worse things than that sexually. So let's just say that's idiotic.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that think, oh, he can get away with anything. You know how like there was Teflon Reagan? I don't know what you call stuff that
Teflon.
slides.
I thought it was Teflon Don.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Donald Don.
I don't know.
Teflon Don.
Oh,
That's
whatever.
just what I
yes.
call him.
Everything
hell.
slides off of Mr. Trump in some way, right? Is what you're
In some way.
implicating.
People just don't want to believe. It's all fake news. It's all
Yeah.
fake news. It
So,
reminds me of Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, fake news. Fake news.
Well, everybody's fake news until if he doesn't like it exactly, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So
everything's
keep going with this. We've got the idea. Okay, there's assorted details
Okay.
and there's Russian business dealings. So what was next in your mind?
All the threats. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. I mean, the latest one, I'm going to deliver Tomahawk missiles, which is ridiculous.
Oh, well, explain to the Republic what threats against who? Threats against.
Oh, against Putin and Russia.
Okay, for our public,
No,
though, it's the idea. This is the Russian-Ukraine war, and that
Right.
you believe that there's a lot of like weird policy things he's doing there where he's not really being hard at all on Russia, right? You're saying.
Right. I think he's given lip service to quiet down the critics on the right. You know, there's still a lot of Republican senators and congressmen who think we should be supporting Ukraine and stopping the Russians. Prior to Trump, the Republican platform was quite strongly anti-Russian and wanted to put a lot of pressure on Russia to quit. Yeah, but when he became the nominee, he pushed back on the Republican Party and removed a lot of stuff from the platform that was anti-Russian.
Right,
All right.
right.
That was the first thing he did. I mean, not the first thing. The first thing was meetings with his self or his subordinates with the Russians back in 2016 to get dirt on Hillary, which was promised to him. And that was all reviewed in the Mueller report. But the Mueller report didn't really say the conspiracy to alter the election.
From the Mueller report, he was not personally involved in these activities that with the
Well, and
Russian.
these activities didn't actually produce any illegal behavior in a sense.
And also, I think it brought up in the Mueller report that he had hired Manafort, and he hired him to be his campaign manager, and it didn't last very long. Can you tell us what went on with Manafort? What was the tie-in with Manafort?
Well, Manafort had been working for the Russians. This guy named Oleg Deripaska, who had ties to the Kremlin, and I don't know, he's an ally of Putin. I'm not sure what his role was, but he was working for the Russians that were pro taking over eastern Ukraine and pro Putin. And then he gets hired by Trump to run the campaign. And it was Manafort's contacts with the Russians that led to the whole, hey, we got dirt on Hillary, we can get in there. And then I believe the reason they cut Manafort from the campaign is they're trying to disassociate themselves from that whole story about you getting the Russians to help them, defeat Hillary.
Yeah, so to me, just listening to, there's a lot of what we'll call smoke, meaning coincidences or something. So your view is what associated with all these various.
My view is this: there's two possibilities that Putin and the Russians really have something on Trump, and I don't think it's sexual, but because I don't think anybody cares. So again, my belief with what's going on with Trump and Russia, one of two paths: A or B. A, they do have something on them, probably not sexual. Probably, I'm thinking financial more or less, because there's a history since 1984, 86 of him getting financial backing or money from different Russians, oligarchs who bought condos or bought property in Florida, condos, mostly Florida, New York. That's where he operates mostly, right? Helped him out of his 1990s. You know, he declared bankruptcy six times. He says four, but he's lumping together two of them in Atlantic City. And so there's a lot of money flowing. Even his son said, oh, we are way overly leveraged from the Russian side for money back in 2008.
So in your view, you definitely think there's something there, but you think it's more of a comprehensive business dealings that he's so tied in with these dudes he can't seem to let them out. You mentioned to me when I was chatting with you that it's almost like a mafia boss, and he has some.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because Trump is kind of like a mafia boss. He kind of admires that whole kind of autocratic mafia, hard leaning. Loyalty. You got to be loyal to the boss. Like what he did with Comey. He may just be doing it because he feels like he owes them.
Yeah.
Or he's scared of them because, like I said the other day, who do you think killed Epstein? Who do you think gets into the jail and kills Epstein? Oh, Epstein was suicide. Why would Epstein?
What do you think? It was a Russian agent?
Himself. Some Russian got in there, and now Trump's going, shit, if they can get to Epstein in jail, they can wipe my whole family out. Might as well play along.
I do believe, Trump is a big loyalty guy. I think he wants to be able to believe that if he told you to shoot yourself in the foot, you would do it.
Right. But he would not shoot himself in the foot. He'd shoot you first and find somebody else. Right. We know like that from Cohen and Manafort and all these guys.
But all this smoke might be, it's just, as we said, Trump being Trump, and I know you hate when I say that, but Trump being Trump is, again, stuff just kind of, what clings to most people doesn't cling to him, right? He's got that.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about it. Trump's losing his marbles. He can't remember people's names anymore. He makes up stuff as he goes along.
So I got a couple.
I think the first steps of senility are stepping in right now.
So it
happened to Reagan and everybody ignored it. Well,
gone pretty well into the idea. Okay, there's a lot of smoke that there's possibly fire here associated with the theory that he's beholden to Russia in some way.
Right.
But now let's talk about more of your personal feelings around this thing. So I know you have a lot of antipathy. I finally got to pronounce that word correctly towards our friend Donald. So why don't you, if you had 5 minutes with the man, really had 5 minutes with the man, what would you say to him? What would be your two sentences you would tell the man before you walked out on him?
I tell the man two sentences I would tell the man before I walked out. Well, let me think.
I love you, man.
My strongest feelings are about the Ukrainian war. Being, I was in the army and
So you're going to spend a lot of time talking about your feelings? You're going to tell them?
No, the NATO, and I'd be first, don't screw up NATO. It's the only
that's
thing
one sentence.
So I had to say, if I met with Donald Trump, I'd emphasize the need for NATO and not to screw that up, and keep the Russians off our butts because I don't know what their plan is. They're a giant mafia organization. Anyway, the second one is I really love the statue of you and Epstein, best friends forever in D.C.
Okay, well that's too.
Don't get your henchmen and tear it down again.
God, you gave me a whole paragraph. What the hell? Okay,
you know me. Why do you think I was going to give you two sentences?
So again, more on the feeling side about this bad vibe with Trump. You were going to invite Trump to Dancing with the Stars, and you had to. And he could invite any other person to dance with him.
It'd be Putin.
Well, that would be
Putin. I would, and I think they should do it shirtless, kind of like something, maybe with some hobby horses, just to depict the horse thing. You really can't dance on two real horses, can you?
My view is I thought he should invite Nancy Pelosi, but anyway, you're right. You can be any gender, any sex. That's true. You can't. So we could.
Have they done that yet on Dancing?
I don't know. So anyway, I think this is a fitting ending to a wonderful talk about the rumor or the conspiracy theory that Carl. Thank you. You're one of my most astute guests, and
I agree.
Wow, that was a fun interview. Now, my take on this theory is that Trump's policies were based off Trump being Donald Trump, meaning he has a supersized ego. He's easily offended and does whatever the hell he damn well pleases, no matter what anybody else says. The only real thing supporting this theory of dirt on him is the fact that the Ruskies have had significant financial dealings with him over the years. And Trump has not wanted to offend them. And so that hasn't happened until recently, when the war in the Ukraine really has been escalating, and the fact that Putin has blown off numerous attempts by Trump for peace efforts. It's just blown him off and ignored him in many ways. So this has pissed off Trump. So now he's fully supporting Ukraine with weapons, missiles, guns, ammo, all kinds of things, so they can prosecute the war. Putin really has no dirt on Trump. No mud on our Donald. And the only thing Donald has done to himself, he's got dirt under his fingernails for all of his money-grubbing ways over the years. He's probably got some stains on his white shirt from McDonald's, and he's probably got some dandruff in that orange hair. There's a little smoke here, but there is no fire, and that's my take, whether you like it or not. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe. Also, if you want more information on this subject, go to our website, halftruthsandwholelies.com, and make sure you follow our next episode. Remember, we're always looking for the truths behind all of the lies.